Hey developers, how's everything? Welcome to Developers. It's Amin. Today I'm here and we are going to talk about prompts in REACTJS. As I said, never miss this video, and of course, do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for supporting me. Stay with me until the end of the video, and now let's go. Amazing job, welcome to the course. As you can see, we know now how we can access JavaScript in JSX with curly braces that I've said in the previous video. But now, today I want to talk about prompts and how you can work with prompts in REACT.js. For the first of all, I want to start with moving these variables right after this CSS import here, and about this title, of course, and actually do the same and exact thing for image, and of course using img for this image HTML tag. And as you can see, there's no problem here. I changed the place of my variables, these three variables here, and now I want to start to talk about prompts in REACT.js. I want to add the other components, the other instance of book here, and when I save it, we have two book components here. There's no problem and everything is right, but something you should notice is that there is no change in the variable, for example image or title or the author name of these two components. And for example, think that you have a list of books and you should change all the variables in your components and your list. So prompts will help you guys pay attention to this section of our video. As most of you guys know, function in JavaScript, this function, for example book function in JavaScript, is all about parameters and arguments, and we pass arguments or parameters in function in these parentheses. For example, I want to start with props and call my parameter here, but know that you can call these props that I put here everything that you want. For example, banana, everything that you want to call your property. And of course, I want to start with console like these props. The property that I put here, you should use the same name and the same name here. And now, as you know, I want to see the result in my inspect. We have two objects here, two empty objects here because of this console log of these props, and it's the count of these objects are 2 because we have two book components here. But now the nice question is here, that where we can pass the arguments to our function. The answer is we should pass our parameter and argument to our function in the place that we are rendered them, and of course the place is here. We are rendering book component. So I want to pass some parameter to my first book component, and I want to start with job. It's my property name and it's equal to its value. I want to put developer and I want to save my project. And as you can see, we have in our first object job because I put the job property and its value in the first component. The second object is empty because I don't pass anything to my second book. And now I want to pass something, for example title, random title, to my second component. And as you can see, we have the result here. It's all about passing parameters and values to your function and using them. For example, console logging here, and you can see the result. But now I want to talk about our project and these book components and passing the real parameters and values to our component. So I want to start with these three variables, and of course I want to make an object const first book. It's equal to an empty object, and start with image. It's equal to this image address and comma, and about title. I want to put title here and change it to column, put comma here, and the last one is author to complete our first book object. And now there's no need to these variables, but I do not want to remove them because we will get an error in our project. When I save it, we have an object with 3 parameters: image, title, and author. And I want to put the second one. You can use it from Amazon best-selling book. And now I want to put the second book here as the same as the first book object. And we have 2 objects with the parameters image, title, and author for these 2 components. So now the question here is how we can use this object in our project. As I said, we should passing our parameters to our book component. So I want to delete this job and start with image is our prop name. It's equal to some property in our first book object. So as most of you guys know, if we want to access our object property, we should use dot, for example, firstbook.img. It's just for you. It's so easy. And about title, it's the second prop name. It's equal to firstbook.title. And the third one is about author. I want to put equal firstbook.author here. It's about our first book components. And now I want to access these props, and again, if I inspect from our web browser, we can see the result here. We have 2 objects. The second one is title because I don't change it, but the first one has author, image, and title props in itself. So if we want to use the props properties, we should start with props. As I said, we can use dot to use an object properties. So add props and dots before these variables here, and when I've saved it, I'm sorry, I want to remove this console log, and when I've saved it, we have the first component complete with image and title and of course author name, but the second component is just random title and there is no real variables in itself. So I want to put these props name here and just change this first book to second book, and when I save it, we have, oh, I'm sorry, the image address is wrong and I want to put this image address here. As you can see, we have 2 components here. I'm sorry, these components image is the same, but the title and the author name is different, and it's because of these 2 image address are the same because of my bad, and in the next video I will repair this problem. And as you can see, we have title here, the other title and the other author name, and actually these 2 components are different. It's all about props in this session. Know that we will talk about props more, but the first step of knowing prop in REACTJS is these 2 objects and accessing them in our components, and of course passing these props name to our function and use our properties. It's all about props, and we are at the end of our video today. I've tried to talk about props and how you can work with prop in REACTJS. Thanks for watching, guys. Do not forget to subscribe my channel, and of course put like and comment for me and ask your question in comments. I will answer all of them. And know that in the next video, I will talk about props more. For example, prop the structure and props children. Do not lose them. Thanks for watching. Be nice, guys, and farewell, developers.